Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. How do you build back better for American families? By learning from the experience that we've had, by learning from the failures of the last 4 years. The Republicans have only one cure-all in their economic medicine cabinet, the tax cut elixir. No matter what the economic weather, they always claim that more tax cuts for those at the top will trickle down to everyone, and that, of course, their tax cuts will pay for themselves. When instead all they do is leave us with a mountain of debt and a divisive void between those at the very top and the rest of America. The pandemic has only highlighted this gap, as some at the top have had their best year ever, raking in millions, while so many American families were just trying to keep food on the table, avoid eviction, death, and disability. President Biden has recognized that the Republican top-down approach is a failure. The debate over this bill is not about any specific budget number, but about which specific programs can offer the most direct benefit and hope to American families. This legislation begins quite appropriately with children, paid family leave which can be used, among other things, for time with a newborn, a child tax credit, recognizing that the joy of having children also is accompanied by significant added expenses, and recognizing the immense personal and economic benefits of early childhood education, universal pre-K, and better quality child care. As opportunities for children and families grow, America will grow and prosper. Now, as Health Subcommittee Chairman myself, my particular concern is health care. Because in Texas, our governors placed their political ambition above the health care needs of their citizens, Texas rejected 100% initial federal funding to extend Medicaid to an estimated 2 million Texans who've been denied a program that would have assured them access to a family physician and necessary medicines. In all, over a decade, about 6 million American citizens in 13 states have never gotten any benefit from the Affordable Care Act. As the Latino civil rights advocates at Unidos have recently noted, the unfortunate reality is that many Americans continue to be shortchanged based on the states in which they live. Narrowing that coverage gap is the most important policy to reducing health inequities, preventing maternal mortality, and addressing the substance use crisis. This can be achieved immediately, opening the Affordable Care Act marketplace plans to those economically disadvantaged Americans, eventually perhaps with a federal Medicaid plan, and as a backup, I've offered the Cover Now Act to enable local leaders to do what their state leaders refused. Most importantly, we must ensure permanent coverage. Strengthening Medicare is a second concern. We know that as important as it has been to millions, that it does not cover benefits for hearing, vision, and dental. I have legislation that has been co-sponsored by over 100 members of our caucus that is similar to the coverage we will consider tomorrow. In the past year, 75% of Medicare beneficiaries who needed a hearing aid didn't have one. 70% who had trouble eating because of their teeth did not go to the dentist. And 43% of those who had trouble hearing trouble seeing did not have an eye exam. As proposed, our bill provides vision benefits and addresses that problem next year, hearing benefits the following year, and eventually the expensive dental benefits. Half of the beneficiaries on Medicare are earning less than $29,000, $30,000, and we would need to continue to work on addressing the cost-sharing issue for them. Finally, if these programs are worth having, they're worth paying for. We can't afford more of the Republican type of debt from their tax cuts and their irresponsible handling of the pandemic. And so this bill is fully paid for. And one of the most important aspects of that are the international tax reforms that President Biden has advocated. They assure that those multinationals who've been paying less than 8% tax rate begin to pay their fair share, and that we stop offshoring American jobs and American profits. This is a plan that will truly build America back better. It's not perfect, and I hope we continue to enhance it in the course of this debate. but it is a giant step forward for our country, and I yield back.
I thank the gentleman. Let me recognize the gentleman from